Welcome to Coffee with Viking. I am Mike. Cheers. The day the earth stopped. Joshua 10:13. The sun stood still and the moon stayed in place until the nation of Israel had defeated its enemies. God has told Joshua not to make peace treaties with any Canaanite kingdoms, but one kingdom, Gibeon, shrewdly tricked Joshua into a treaty. They sent ambassadors to his camp at Gilgal near the Jordan River. The ambassadors lie and say they're from a faraway land. They even have the tattered clothes, patched sandals, and moldy bread to prove it. 3 days after the done deal, Joshua discovers that the ambassadors came from a Canaanite city only 20 miles away. A one-day march. But lie or no lie, Joshua feels bound by his agreement. Gibeon's neighbors aren't happy. They feel betrayed. So they send a coalition army from 5 cities to surround Gibeon and to kill the people living there. Immediately, Gibeon rushes messengers to Joshua with an urgent call for help. Joshua responds by mustering his army, leading them on an all-night march up into the hills and taking the coalition forces by surprise. That morning, Joshua prays a bizarre prayer. Let the sun stand still over Gibeon and the moon over the valley of Ajalon. Joshua 10:12. That's exactly what happens according to the Bible. God stops the sun and moon in the sky. Some Christians say they believe that God literally stopped the Earth's rotation, which would have given the illusion that the sun and moon froze in the sky. As scientific evidence, some say NASA has calculated that the calendar is missing one day, but this is a claim NASA denies on its website. They say it would be impossible to calculate a lost day. Others say the writer admits to pulling a story from the book of Jasher, a lost book of Hebrew poetry, and they argue that readers today should give the writer some poetic license. Perhaps Joshua wanted God to help the Israelites finish the battle before the day's end. Or maybe Joshua was asking for cloud cover to the sun so the sun wouldn't burn the energy out of his soldiers who were already weary from the all-night climb some 3,300 feet up from the river valley. The Hebrew word that says the sun stood still is damam, and it and it can also mean the sun stopped shining. In fact, the Bible says thick storm clouds did roll in. Hell killed more of the enemy than the Israelites killed with the sword. And that was in Joshua 10:11. And on this little side note, let the sun stand still. Joshua prays for the sun and moon to stand still so his soldiers can finish a battle against a coalition of 5 armies. And that's the picture. God, being the creator of everything, including the sun and the moon, has the power to stop it in the sky. And the Bible does tell us that whatever we ask in faith, we will receive. And Joshua, with his faith, did make the prayer that the sun and the moon would stop in the sky. And while there may be many arguments as to why he asked for this and why God gave it to him, it could be multiple reasons. We don't really know. It could be to help his soldiers get the battle done before the day's end. It could be so that his soldiers would still have energy. And it could be to mark where to go. We don't know, or it could be all of the above. But we do know that God provides when we ask in faith. He is the ultimate provider. And he did provide for Joshua and the Israelites then. So trust in the Lord when you come to him. Because whatever you ask him in faith, he will provide. I mean, if he's going to put the world on hold at one request, imagine what he could do for you. Just trust in the Lord and know that he will provide. Stay blessed. Stay caffeinated. Much love.